Hey guys! Welcome to another episode of Bedtime Stories with May. Today, I'm going to wrap up our series of how to stay positive in times of crisis. I have the final 5 questions for you. Okay. But before we start, I would like to tell you a story first. Once upon a time, a little boy went to the circus. And at the circus, he saw a group of elephants being bounded by a small rope on their legs. So feeling very curious, he went and asked the circus master, why don't these big, mighty and strong elephants try to break free, try to escape? They certainly can, the rope is tiny. So the circus master replied, ever since young, the elephants were bounded by the same small rope, and they were conditioned to believe that they are not strong enough and not capable enough to break free, and that is why they have never tried to escape. So my friends, this leads us to the 5 questions. Are there any limiting beliefs that you have within yourself now that is keeping you from achieving something? So question number 1 is, what stops you from being motivated, and how can you overcome that obstacle? You know yourself better than anyone else. There are certain fear that is paralyzing you from making some decisions. So visualize yourself unafraid. What would that be? And then we lead to question number 2. Question number 2 is, what do you like about yourself? We all have something we like and not like about ourselves. So list down what do you like about yourself, because these are the things that's going to keep us strong during crises like this. And paste this somewhere in the wall. What are the qualities that you really like about yourself? And tell yourself that while things are bad, don't let circumstances change who you are. And question number 3 is, what are the habits that do you want to break free from? We all have habits that we need to break free from. It is harder to break bad habits than to form positive ones, unfortunately. But slowly, we can start to focus on forming new habits and breaking the bad habits. But before thinking about breaking the bad habits, we need to identify first, what are the habits that you want to break? And then question number 4, where do you want to be 5 years from now? This is a typical interview question, I know, but it is very important to have some long-term goals as well, so that you keep yourself motivated in times to come. We know that this suffering now during the crisis is not permanent, so we keep ourselves motivated by setting goals maybe 5 years in future. And remember that nothing is impossible, right? And finally, the last question is, how do you keep yourself committed to the promise you just made? So the promise of wanting to change yourself, the promise to become more motivated, the promise of being someone else in 5 years' time. How do you keep yourself committed to that promise? And in order to achieve all these goals, we must make a strong, unwavering commitment. So make a commitment to yourself today. So these are the 5 questions, my friends, that I hope you reflect on as you go to bed. As always, before we end an episode of Bedtime Stories with me, we would do some gratitude exercise. Think about a moment today that made you feel really grateful. And think about the people surrounding that moment. It could be your family members, it could be someone virtual, it could be even your pets. And then silently say thanks for that particular moment. Because for everything else that has gone wrong today, you always have that beautiful moment to be grateful for. And with that, my friends, I bid you good night. I'll see you tomorrow in another episode of Bedtime Stories with me. Bye!